This wasn't just drama. It was the first public hint of what insiders are calling a palace coup. Not the tanks in the streets kind you see in movies about Latin American dictators, but a sneaky, backroom plot within the ANC to boot Ramaphosa out before his term ends in 2029. And here's the kicker. As of December 2025, the ANC itself is investigating these whispers. Reports are flying, denials are piling up, and the future of South Africa's democracy hangs in the balance. By December 2nd, 2025, the ANC's top brass had had enough. At a closed-door national officials meeting, they greenlit a probe into the alleged plot. It's not a full commission like Zondo's state capture epic. Just an internal team to sift through WhatsApp logs, interview NEC members, and sniff out factional rot. Led by neutralish figures like Gwed Mantashe, the grizzled minerals minister, it's got teeth. Subpoena power for chats, potential suspensions for liars. Can the ANC police itself? History says no. The Zondo Commission exposed billions in graft, yet few big fish went down. This probe feels like that, more theater than thunder. Insiders predict a whitewash. Finger a few low-level scapegoats, exonerate the stars, and rally around Ramaphosa for the G20. It's a temporary reprieve, one NEC source told Sunday World. The plotters are regrouping for round 2, maybe this week. South Africa's no island. A coup here sends shockwaves. The US, under Trump 2.0, already irked by Ramaphosa's BRICS flirtations, might slap sanctions, echoing Zimbabwe's isolation. China, Africa's top investor, stays neutral, but hedges. More loans to whoever wins. Africa watches too. Nigeria's Tinubu, battling his own scandals, sees a cautionary tale. Ethiopia's Abiy Ahmed, a reminder that reformist leaders make enemies fast. And the AU, impotent as ever, issuing platitudes about intra-party dialogue. So, who's behind it? No single mastermind, but a web of grievances. At the epicenter, Gungubele and Fala. Gungubele, 55, rose under Ramaphosa, from Ekurhuleni mayor to deputy minister. Charismatic and tech-savvy, he's eyed bigger roles but chafed at cabinet snubs. Fahla, 62, a veteran from health crises like HIV denialism under Mbeki, shares similar frustrations. Both are loyalists turned critics, per reports, insiders who know Ramaphosa's weaknesses. Deeper in, Ret remnants. This faction, Zuma's diehards, pushes radical policies like land expropriation without compensation. Ramaphosa's GNU with the pro-business DA enraged them. Figures like Ace Magashule, expelled but influential, and Andile Mingzi Tama, Black First Land First leader, lurk on the edges. Then there's Deputy President Paul Mashatile, Ramaphosa's heir apparent. Rumors swirl he's playing both sides, backing the probe publicly while courting Ret for a post-Ramaphosa power grab. Mashatile's Gauteng machine is a kingmaker, but his own corruption clouds, Zondo-implicated allies, make him vulnerable.
An actual attempt right now in the ANC to remove the party's president?
No, there's none. There's no. Such a move is not there. But as you can remember, about 3 weeks ago at the provincial interaction with veterans in the Eastern Cape, a letter was sent to the provincial secretary of the ANC saying that the meeting that was there, it was meant to remove the leadership of the ANC. But the provincial secretary of the Veterans League denied that, saying that that gathering was not to remove the ANC. It is not true. And so we still don't know who are these dark forces. But we, as the African National Congress and also as veterans, we are saying that such attempts will definitely fail because we are not about to remove the president at all. The president has done a sterling work, as you can see, with the G20, as you can see the economy is recovering, as you can see that we hosted a very, very successful international gathering here. And at the same time, the organization has been going through renewal itself, where we are saying that we should renew the organization and make sure that all members of the ANC are accountable, are held accountable, and those who are found wanting, definitely they should step aside and also to ensure that they are being held accountable and taken to a disciplinary action.
So from what I'm hearing from you, Mr. Zikalala, is that there's no official shall we say, motion on the table for Cyril Ramaphosa's removal, but there is conversation. You referenced dark forces. So they exist, these dark forces. Who are they, and why would they want him removed?
We don't understand, to be honest with you. Well, one of them called me when I said there are dark forces, and then he called me and said, look, I'm one of those individuals, and because we're worried that come Madlanga Commission, majority of the leadership will have to go because they're implicated, and so we wanted to have a plan B. And then I said, can I mention that to journalists? He said, no, please, please. I said, are you withdrawing from what you're saying? He said, yes, I'm withdrawing. And then I told that individual that now that we know who you are, I'll inform the Secretary General of the Veterans League who this person is, but you don't know who the rest are. Of course, there are people who are making silly remarks,
right,
but it's unacceptable, and so we are not going to allow it as the Veterans League.
How high up is this person that you were speaking to? Is it a member of the NEC? Is it a member of cabinet?
No, they are not high up. He's not a member of the NEC, he's not a member of cabinet, and he's one of the individuals, of course, who has just joined the Veterans League. That's what he said. He's not high up at all.
Are there members of the NEC, members of cabinet, past and present, who are backing this effort to remove the president?
No, none. Not that I know of. Not that I know of. That there are any members of the NEC who are backing this attempt, because it will be. It don't get anywhere, to be honest with you. It don't get anywhere. Comrade Cyril Ramaphosa has got full support of the NEC, and so those dark forces must come out. And as you know, that we are, as the ANC, we believe in what you call a constitutional democracy. We're not going to allow coups happening within the organization, because there has to be a rule of law. We're not going to allow that to happen. If people are not happy with the president, we have to go to elections. The president must be removed through proper elections, and then of course the new president must be elected. We can't allow such things to happen. Our constitution, the constitution of the ANC, does not allow that. Neither is the constitution of the country allows that.
But how can you be so sure that he will not be removed as president of the ANC, Cyril Ramaphosa, given that you've got all the leagues now basically issuing statements in his defense, pledging support, allegiance, whatever one may want to call it, because that would suggest that there is a seriousness to those reports. Otherwise, if it was all a joke, there wouldn't be this very public response by the leagues.
Well, we're not leaving anything to a chance. And so we're trying to make sure that those detractors, those dark forces, they must come out now and say that, look, they are opposing the president and they want a new president. They must tell us exactly why. And so it cannot happen now. We are saying that we don't want instability. We want to unite the country. We unite South Africans, want to make sure that the stability in the country itself, want to make sure that the ANC itself regain the trust with society. We are currently, as ANC, we are down on our knees. Our people don't trust us anymore because they feel that we are corrupt. They feel that the ANC is not taking serious action against those who are found wanting. But we are saying we are turning the tide around as the African National Congress. And so we want to make sure that such efforts must be, will not survive and will not stick with any member of the ANC itself.
What level of expression is this conversation finding within the NEC? There was a meeting at the beginning of this week as well. Did it come up, and what ultimately was decided?
No, nothing came up. It's only that the president, as you read in the papers, he just said that he understands that there are individuals who want to remove him, and so those individuals must come up and say why. And so we are also saying that let those individuals come up. Only one person came up, and a very junior person came up and said this and said, okay, I'm going to mention your name to the media because the media want to know. We said, no, I'm not part of that anymore.
But you've been in the ANC a very long time, Mr. Zikalala. Even if a junior person appears as the face at this early stage, you cannot rule out, can you, that there may be senior people who are behind the effort, as often happens even at conferences of the ANC when people are eventually nominated for positions. Do you agree?
No, we are saying that those senior people must come on clearly. If they are senior enough, they'll have the courage to challenge the president openly. They'll have the courage, if they are senior people, to say, look, we're not happy with the policies that that you are implementing. At the same time, the president implements ANC policies. Whatever the president does is being approved by the National Working Committee of the ANC and also by the NEC of the African National Congress. It does not do anything that is not it does not comply with the rules and regulations of the African National Congress. It does not. That individual must come up and say, this is what we have in the president, we don't want him anymore. It cannot just happen. It must go to the branch itself, the branch of the ANC, and say, and convince branches that this president must go. And so that's the route that he has to take.
Do you think, apologies because we're out of time, do you think that if there are senior people behind this effort to remove the president, that what they're doing now ultimately is buying time so they can strike at the most opportune moment? And could that moment be the upcoming NGC next week, whether the party has said that's not the forum for it or not?
Well, it's treason if it happens. Immediately they come up now and say this is treason. At the same time, I don't think they'll have the courage to say that at the NWC. But they can have the courage to say that at their branch level, because that's where it starts. Our branches are the basic tenants of the organization. They can't just come at high up at NGC and say when the president stepped down. No one will take them seriously because people are attending the NGC, they are being elected by branches. And so it must be a mandate of a branch that say that we don't agree with the current president and these are the reasons. And so we want to nominate a new person. But that cannot happen for now.
Snugizigalala, president of the ANC Veterans League, thank you so much for